Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video I will be explaining about metal inert gas welding process. So you already know about different types of welding processes. So here metal inert gas welding process, or in short MIG welding, is a modern welding process, but generally it is an electric arc welding process. So how it is electric arc welding process? Because we use an electrode to create spark or arc, and by the spark heat generates, and that heat melts the base metal, and we get a perfect welding joint after solidification. So how the MIG welding process works? So here we can see the MIG welding process. This is base metal which will be welded through MIG welding process, and this is electrode. So here we use bare and consumable electrode. Basically we supply wet type electrode by wire spool. Here a wire spool feeds the electrode automatically. When the electrode melts and deposits on the base metal, the electrode supply is automatically deposits here. So the supply of electrode is automatic. So here we can say that this is a semi-automatic welding process. So here we need a MIG welding machine. So one pole is connected to the wire spool and another pole is connected to the workpiece. So when power supply is on, we bring the electrode nearer to the workpiece, and the area or the gap ionizes and a spark generates and the welding is done. So what is the working principle of this MIG welding process? So here we can see this is MIG welding machine, and one cable is connected to the electrode, another cable is connected to the workpiece. So here we use a power source, that is MIG welding machine, and next we require wire electrode. So this is wire electrode, and this is automatically fitted by machine. So this is automatically fitted by machine. We don't have to control the feeding of the wire electrode. Next we need the welding gun. So this is welding gun, or this is the electrode holder, and this electrode holder also supplies the inert gas. So here we need an inert gas to shield this weld zone from atmosphere. So it is like the TIG welding process, but slightly different from the TIG welding process. In TIG welding we use non-consumable bare electrode, but here we use consumable bare electrode. No flux is required. We use inert gas to shield the welding zone. So like the TIG welding process, we also use the cylinder of gas. So the gas is generally the argon or carbon dioxide, like the MIG welding. So when the welding is getting done, so the gas is supplied through this nozzle or this electrode holder, and it separates the welding zone from the atmosphere. That is the shielding gas. The shielding gas generally is carbon dioxide or argon. So next is arc formation. When the current is supplied through this line, or the connection is complete, the current goes through this line, and this area ionizes and arc generates, and this arc generates the required heat to melt the weld metal, and after solidification we get the welding joint by MIG welding process. Next is metal transfer. So when the wire or the electrode melts, the metal transferred to the weld metal or the base metal. That transformation or the transfer of the base welding metal to the base metal is very high. The higher than the manual electric arc welding. So this is basically MIG welding process. So this has one limitation, that we can't weld in an open space or open area, because the shielding is provided in gaseous form. So if we want to do the welding in open space, then the gas will be in flowing state and the shielding will not be perfect. So the welding will be difficult to weld. Next, the advantages of this MIG welding process. First is speed. Here the feeding of the electrode is automatic, or feeding of the feeder rod is automatic, so the speed of the welding is too much high. Next, versatility. So in this process or in this welding process, we can weld various types of metals including steel, aluminium and stainless steel. And another advantage is easy of use. So it is suitable for straightforward setup and operation. It is suitable for beginners as well as the pro welders. Next, clean welds. In this process we get clean welds because the shielding is provided as in gaseous form, so we don't need to clean the welding bed after the welding is done. Next, automation. So in this process we can automate this welding, so this is very convenient to weld. Next, high deposition rate. So in MIG welding process, it allows high deposition rate of the filler rod on the base metals. These are the advantages of MIG welding process. Let's now see the limitations or disadvantages of this process. Equipment cost. So the equipment cost of MIG welding process is very high, and also the consumables are also very expensive. So we need high capital to do this welding. Next is skill requirement. So the easy of use, but this is very much needful to be the experienced welder. So the beginners can do this welding process, but an experienced welder can do much better than beginners. Next, the limited to thin material. So MIG welding process is suitable only for very thin materials. So this is not suitable for thick materials. Next is wind sensitivity. As stated earlier, that outdoor welding is not possible in MIG welding process because the wind disrupt the shielding gas and leading to poor weld quality. Next is consumable cost. The cost of consumables is high, the electrode and the shielding gas. Next and last is positional welding. So it is difficult to weld in all positions because the wire is feeding automatically, so it is difficult to weld in defined positions. Next, we will see the applications of MIG welding process. So in automotive manufacturing, in construction, in shipbuilding, in general fabrication, in repair and maintenance, in aerospace industry, and also in pipeline welding, the MIG welding process is used. So in this video, I have discussed about the MIG welding or metal inert gas welding process. Hope this video was useful for you. Thank you for watching this video. For more updates, subscribe this channel and hit the bell icon.